Hello, my name is Jonathan Saunders, and my major is actual science. Today, we're going to demonstrate on how to create horizontal tables in Excel. So, first things off, we're going to calculate the gross margin. So, in column S, we're going to label the column as gross margin, and then since in S2, now we're about to begin our formula to calculate the gross margin. So, what I like to do, you always have to start off is an equal sign, and then next I like to do is a parentheses to make it more precise. And then now we look for our data to create the gross margin, to calculate the gross margin. Unit price is in column P. So if you're looking at P2, it is 1963.1. So, but we can just put the cell P2. No dollar signs because we want we wanted to change. So when we go down one cell, we wanted to we wanted to correct itself to P3 instead of staying P2. So that's why we do not put dollar signs. So P2 minus, it's minus unit cost. Unit cost is column Q, so Q2 is what we're going to use here. And then close parentheses, slash, which also means division. And then its unit price is what is divided by. So again, we'll put P2 and then check mark. And then now what we're going to do is we're going to use the fill bar to fill this all the way through. So we're going to go all the way down to the end of the data to fill it out. So next now we will do is create a pivot table. So what we like to do is we need to select our range of cells that we would like to create a pivot table from. So click A1, and if you click pivot table, it should automatically create the range of data that we have. So we click that, new worksheet, because we're going to put in a new one, and okay. So now first steps in our creating our pivot table is we need to categorize the fields. So what we're going to do is sales channel, we're going to put in columns, and we're going to put ship date. Where's ship date? Ship date in rows, and we're going to delete years. Right click or click the arrow and remove field. We're going to do that for ship date too. So now only quarters is in there. And then we're going to add two calculated values of, we're going to add the gross margin that we added. And we're going to change this by clicking the arrow, going to value field settings, average. And there we go. That's what we want. We want average of gross margin. And make sure we change the format as well. Number format to number. Make sure it's two decimals. Okay. And then next, we're going to do sum of profit. So profit, put in the values, is already default to the sum of profit, but we're going to change the format to currency, number format, currency. Okay. So that is how we create the pivot table. So next, what we're going to do is insert a slicer. After you create the slicer, make sure you click back on the pivot table, and we're going to click on insert and then recommended charts. Click that. And we're gonna create a cluster column here to show, or just for example. And what this slicer does is it shows data and it filters it. So like as you can see, if we click on TV and video for product, it will change the graph, as you can see. And if on sales channel, if we click on in store, it changed it to bars now. All right, what we're gonna do now is we're gonna add a pivot chart. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go to design, and we're gonna go to change chart type, and we're gonna go to combo, and we're gonna click on line, and we're gonna put line as the secondary axis, and here you go. And as you can see, now you get a line and a cluster column combined. So that's how you create a secondary axis chart. And so now we're going to, as you can see, if I change the filter to, let's just change sales channel to online, you can see how the line changes. So we go back to in store, you see the curve of the line change, and now we got a different line. Also, you can see the the variables on the chart changes as well. See in store it has like 140 million on top, and this one has 60 million. So that slicers can change away. So like let's change this to, like, let's say vases. You see the line is different for each graph. So chart. So yeah, that's how those change. And so the very cool thing with slicers, if you want different types of charts, you'll use slicers to filter. It's another way to filter charts. So that's nice. And what is one arrest that a police officer can't do? That is a cardiac arrest.